Alright, I'm just going to spectate right off of you.
Yeah, spectate through me. So this is Curse versus FeaR. I believe it's game number 2. So this is Curse versus FeaR. Oh, wow. I believe it's that echo. I hate my voice. Everyone hates hearing their own voice played back to them. Anyway, Curse did take... FeaR did take game number 1. That's the team formerly Monomaniac Ferris, recently picked up by FeaR Gaming, who I believe is, what did they say, a Call of Duty team or something like that. Anyway, Muffin Cutie, Ephramu, Mandatory Cloud, etc. So, once again, guys, sorry for those issues earlier on stream with Dex and Fourth Oracle. So, why don't you guys...
Here.
Yep, Fourth Oracle's still here, of course. If there are any issues with lag, audio, mic levels, whatever, go ahead, leave them in the Twitch chat. We'll be watching, and while we wait for wait for this game to end, we'll just keep you guys entertained. So I actually didn't catch the first set. How was it?
So the first set, CLG Prime went 2-0. The first game, CLG Prime just dominated. It was essentially the story of Double If destroying Draven, which is actually really surprising because I'd say Draven usually has the advantage against Ezreal, but Ezreal and who was it? I do not. It was Leona. Ezreal and Leona was just too strong. The burst damage was too much right off the bat. And then the second game,
right off the bat,
CLG Prime went on with CLG Prime went with a really sort of Vayne-centric team.
Sounds good.
And it worked. It got to the point where Jax on CLG Black just could not stay on Vayne.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vayne just got too strong. She built Quicksilver Sash. For those of you who were watching, you probably already saw this. But Vayne bought a Quicksilver Sash, and then Jax just wasn't able to stick onto her. The damage from Vayne and from everyone else was just far too much. So right now...
yeah, sorry, once again, guys, thanks for any suggestions you have in the Twitch chat, whether I need to be quieter, Fourth Oracle needs to be louder. Pretty much, as we go into the next sets here in the EPS Season 4 Finals, we'll try and make it so that you can hear Fourth Oracle's awesome play-by-play casting. I'll be filling in the downtime with some color and analysis. And there we go.
Yep, everyone, please forgive me. I do not typically color cast. It was a little fun.
It was fun.
Yep, I enjoyed saying right off the bat over and over and over and over again.
It's like, I don't even know. It's like a virus. It infects your head. I love D-Man's casting, and at Season 2 World Championships, I think he was saying off the back of, not on the back,
off the back of that.
Yeah, off the back, and it was here. It was at the Red Team's blue buff. He said it literally 3 times in a row, and it's just like, if the best League of Legends caster in the world does it, I think you and I get a pass. I think that's fair to say. So, all right. So some people saying that I should turn my mic down. Once again, guys, if you want to see the proper cast of this, go on over to National ESL 2. Just go up into your address bar, change that Twitch TV National ESL 1 to National ESL 2 because Hinduman and Rapid Casting are doing a great job of showing you guys this game. We're just going to be here for, I think, maybe the next 10-15 minutes. Oh, sorry, it's actually 7 minutes in the game, so I guess we could just go ahead and cast this seriously. Get our pipes warmed up.
What I feel like we should do is just go ahead and let people move on over to the NESL 2 if they want to watch this game.
Yeah, maybe play some music or something.
Wouldn't want to cramp their style.
Definitely. Yeah, it seems a bit weird to try and have 2 casters fighting over viewers, if you ask me.
Yeah, so why don't we go ahead? Why don't we go ahead and take it back to the regular old waiting screen, and we'll wait for this second, for this other semifinals match to finish. This is obviously taking much longer than the CLG matches were.
That was a 2-0 set, right?
It was a 2-0 set. CLG Prime, CLG Black had a really good showing, but Prime was able to essentially fight their way through a tough early game.
Sorry to cut you off. I want to cut you off. We have words from the admins. Because the next games of this series will be cast on this stream, I think we should just go ahead and give our best to go ahead and you know, show these guys how we do it, milk style, fourth Oracle style. So stay tuned here. It looks like if you guys want to watch this game, we'll go ahead and get things going. So here we go. This is game number 2. Are you on overlay duty? You want to go ahead and get those set up?
Yes, of course. I will have it up. I will have it all set up momentarily.
Okay.
However, I may not get time. St. Vicious clearing out a ward down the bot lane and be looking for a gank. No, he's just going to go ahead and back off, back into his jungle. See, Dragon has not yet been taken. There was no Baron in the Baron pit, so it looks like a 5-minute Baron was the order of the day. No, I'm just joking. So let's see. I'll go ahead and get this all set up.
Yep.
FeaR there.
So anyway, I am just joining in a little late to this game. We're 9 minutes in. It's 11.5k gold on both teams, so it looks pretty even. You have to excuse me as I didn't catch the start of this game, but once again, Voyboy up here in the top lane. One of his first games on Curse. It's a fairly recent roster swap. Jackie is up top looking for a gank, but no, Go Suzuna pretty safe back there under turret as Xmithy is around, just clearing out those golems. So it looks like they're going to go ahead back off. And it remains to be seen, I think, what the next real sort of, you know, where's the play? Where's the play going to be? Is it going to be a dive, just a push? Buffs are coming up in about 3 minutes. We haven't seen a dragon taken yet. Of course, St. Vicious does have that Oracle's sort of St. Vicious style of jungling. Get a GP5 or 2, pick up that Oracle's, and just walk around clearing those wards, securing map control for your team. So, Team FeaR doesn't have any eyes on Baron at the moment. On Dragon at the moment. That could be an opening for an early Dragon. Xmithy actually also has an Oracle of his own, so if either jungler falls here, it's going to be about 400 gold taken off of the, you know, in this early stage, that's like a null magic mantle. It's almost the amount of gold it costs for a ruby crystal. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, Xmithy did pick up red buff just a little bit ago, and he may be looking for a gank onto Jackie. Now, I think he might just decide to move down into the bottom jungle. If he could get a good gank off on Ezreal or Lulu, that could easily get the ball rolling for Aframu.
Yeah. Anyway, awesome job on those overlays. I think it is actually, this is game 2 of the set. I think FeaR was able to
and
take.
FeaR has 1 game.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. Please excuse me. All right, there we go. And look at that. There's the crow storm coming in from Muffin Cutie. The elements getting dropped incredibly quickly. The damage from Aframu too much, and actually Muffin Cutie picking up the kill there. And I think they may decide to go and Dragon off of this. There are no eyes on Dragon for Curse. It would be a relatively easy Dragon for them to do. Pings go out. Mandatory Cloud going to be able to drop some rampant growth seeds around to catch vision. Ward comes out into the bush from St. Vicious, and yes, they are indeed going to be going for this Dragon. Xmithy going to be the one tanking it. Ultimate comes out from Ezreal, going to hit Xmithy, giving them a nice bit of vision, but there's nothing that Curse can do right now. Resonating Strike from Xmithy, allowing him to get the smite and pick up the kill on Dragon. First Dragon of the game, going over to FeaR.
Yeah, and actually last game I saw, you know, I tuned in just as St. Vicious kind of Dragon formed into the middle of that Dragon area as Shyvana was able to pick up the steal. This time, I think especially since he's got that Oracle's, he was a little bit cavalier as Shyvana last game, actually giving up an Oracle's in an early turret dive. This time he wants to hold on to that economy that he's invested into that vision. He's got that double GP5. He's pretty content just to run back and forth, especially now the Dragon's down, and just kind of farm things up a little bit. So first Dragon of the game, as you said, going to FeaR. Take a look at the items. You can see Aframu has actually already gone ahead and picked up a BF sword. He's pretty rich compared to Cop's Ezreal right now. About a 20 CS lead, 2 kills, and an assist. He's going to stack things pretty heavily in his favor, especially as Draven, who's known as one of the best sort of consistent high DPS traders. Xmithy Wing in there, just putting a little bit of damage down, but of course Shen's not around. Shen does have ult if Voyboy decides to commit. He's just going to go ahead back off. There's a big wave here, and I think Xmithy just wanted to put down a little bit of damage. Of course, the junglers can always just kind of go into their own jungle and get some sustain down. Blue buff has just spawned. And it looks like St. Vicious is kind of walking around down in that bot lane clearing wards. Oh, but Jackie.
Yeah, Zuna getting jumped on by Voyboy as well, taking a fair bit of damage. Jackie is coming around as well. Force flash out from Zuna, but it's not far enough. Nijaki Shumpoing over to Voyboy. I believe that's where he went to allow him to pick up that kill.
Yeah.
So right now, Lee Sin, he has his moderates that he was able to hold onto that Oracle's Elixir. That was Nijaki, I believe, that picked up the kill. No, it was not Nijaki, excuse me. That was Voyboy. Voyboy going to be a really strong threat against Shen right now. Not going to really allow him to teleport away.
Yeah, and not only Shen. I mean, personally, I love seeing that Jax counterpick into a Shen. A lot of the time you see this sort of... Personally, you know, as sort of a spectator of League of Legends, I think it's always fun to see nice team fights that have a lot of sort of dynamic, you know, interesting decisions, you know, when you go in, when you go out. A lot of the time you see that Shen pick and you can just expect sort of pushing and pushing and pushing down a side lane, but Jax totally just stomps on that sort of, you know, play style, because a Shen will go into a lane against a Jax. Jax just pops QWER and jumps on that Shen, starts dealing huge damage, has that counter-strike in case Shen wants to ult away. I mean, it's a very good counter-pick. So you give Jax a couple kills on top of Shen, he can't split push. Especially since...
Voyboy getting jumped on by Smithy, but a nice stun going to help him out and keep him safe.
Yeah, especially, by the way, since Voyboy's running teleport.
Ooh, yeah, St. Vicious. Oh, there's the Crow Storm in. Not going to land on St. Vicious at all. He backed off too quickly. Nijaki is here as well, though. There's a flash in. Lands the Undertow onto Muffin Cutie, and he is almost certainly a goner. Ignite goes out. Cop able to pick up that kill there.
There we go.
And Mandatory Cloud is around. Zuna is down here. Q goes on the Mandatory Cloud. That's a lot of damage from a single Undertow. However, Dragon isn't going to be coming up until 1739, and so there's that little bit of respite.
Yeah. So we are seeing a completely even game up right here. 0-0 in terms of turrets, 4-4 in terms of kills, and 20.3k apiece. Very, very, very even stuff. And yeah, I mean, I guess the next fight's probably going to be over this Dragon. I don't, of course, have the overlays on my screen, but you guys on stream should be able to see. That's, I think, what, 2 minutes away, 3 minutes away now?
Yeah, it's going to be coming up in just a little bit. After going to back, in preparation for this, he already has a BF sword. What is he going to build into next? Probably just rushing that Infinity Edge. Or no, he goes straight for a Bloodthirster.
Oh, I like that. That's, I mean, if you buy a Bloodthirster when you're winning lane, it really does have its advantages. You can use that sort of, you know, stack up period where you get up to an extra 40 attack damage and a little bit of lifesteal. You can use that as sort of a cushion, and not only that, but the flat attack damage. You know, until you build up some crit, some crit chance and the Infinity Edge passive, it does actually, I think, provide a little bit higher straight DPS in that very early stage. So that Bloodthirster is a great choice when you're actually winning lane, which, I mean, by all means, you know, 2-0-1 on a 30 CS lead.
Smithy coming down for a gank on the Cop. There's the Arcane Shift away. I think he's going to be safe. Smithy threw down a ward trying to jump in there, but not really going to be able to do a whole lot. However, St. Vicious is around the corner. Going to clear out that ward that was spotted. And is he going to continue trying to engage? It looks like he is, but there's another ward in that bush. Going to spot him out. In the meantime, top lane, we have Voyboy diving in onto Zuna, able to pick up that kill, no problem.
Look at that. Wow. Through the, you know, the trades right now are actually in a way biased in favor of Shen because of that Ignite. Voyboy doesn't have that offensive summoner ability. He has Teleport to match Shen's aggression when he uses his ultimate to help out another lane. The fact that Voyboy is able to win trades through the, you know, bias of Ignite. Oh, sorry, St. Vicious.
St. Vicious catching Smithy there. There's the kick away, actually Ragnaroking it, so he didn't actually get kicked away, but that was going to be, or no, he did not.
The kick was used.
That was just Ragnarok being popped. So Smithy able to preserve that Oracle's Elixir. So was St. Vicious.
However, that gives them the chance to get that dragon. And you see, they had that timing down, so they weren't afraid to kind of, you know, put some damage down on the St. Vicious, kind of make him a little bit afraid, make him kind of back off there with that ulti. You know, maybe if St. Vicious had ulti there, they would have considered a 4v4 fight down a dragon. Of course, Voyboy did have his ulti, his teleport to catch up with Shen's ultimate. So I mean, still slightly in favor of FeaR. Afromu just doing what he does best and really just stomping bot lane into submission. And for most of the games I've casted for NESL, you know, when the former Monomaniac team, currently Team FeaR, when they get that advantage down bot lane, they win the game. And they're very reliant on the Muffin Cutie Afromu combo. This time around, though, you know, Jax is a very good pick against a Fed AD carry because he has that counter strike that just lets you jump right in the middle of an enemy team. Draven doesn't have any sort of blink or dash type escapes. He does have the sort of disengage with his E, his stand aside, but a good team fight where you know, Olaf lands an axe or two and then Jax just follows it up there. Teleport coming down bot lane.
Yeah, indeed, there is St. Vicious coming in as well from taking a massive amount of burst damage, throwing out his ultimate, chasing down Cop, but Cop might be able to turn this around. Nice exhaust is going to allow Cop to survive. At the same time, Muffin Cutie did fall there, and that is going to allow them to push down this bottom tower.
Yeah. So Cop did a nice job there. For a second, I was a little bit, you know, worried for Team Curse even because they made that decision to back off of Afromu and instead go for Muffin Cutie, I think probably to stop the Crow Storm. But what ended up happening is that it turned into a 1v1 between Cop and Afromu is so far ahead. Thankfully, he was able to pop that cleanse as well as, you know, some assistance from the Lulu ultimate, kind of, you know, saving his life there, but that could have gone bad. That could have been a 2-for-1.
Wow, Nijaki popping the Death Lotus in the mid lane. Not really sure if that was entirely necessary, but it's on such a low cooldown. I guess you can just afford to do it. Doesn't cost any mana either.
Yeah. Manaless low cooldown casters. Sometimes you like to do that as Lee Sin too. If there's nothing really going on, you just show up to mid lane and kick them and walk away, and it's like, you know, it's 200, 300 damage for free. No one's in my lane. You know, I'm not using it to get creeps, or, you know, Zyra isn't gonna play any differently if my ulti's down.
So right now, both teams are sort of going into a more passive area. Xmithy clearing out that ward. Voidboy is going to jump on him, using the dragon kick to disengage. Zuno is right there, so he's not going to continue chasing. Though it looks like he may run face first into a Jax. There is the stun coming out and the sustained damage from Voidboy's massive popping ghost. He is indeed going to dive, and Nijaki is here as well. Here comes the Shrimpo in, and the last bouncing blade going to pick him up. Xmithy running under his tower. This may be bad for him. Undertow not going to land. Throws out the Q. Resonating strike over, but he is certainly going to fall. Voidboy picking it up with the leap strike.
I think the timing there was just a tiny bit off. Had he waited maybe another 2 or 3 seconds for that W to come back up, Q'd, W to the minion, and flashed out, he could have actually maybe made it out. Then again, the odds were against him.
Getting dove now as well. The ultimate comes out from St. Vicious, not really able to knock him up because of that. Will Mandatory Cloud pick up the kill? Yes!
Zyra passive?
Voidboy before he goes away. Passive misses. Decided to go for St. Vicious for one reason or another. Nijaki and St. Vicious both going to survive.
Yeah,
in the meantime, bot lane, Afromu picking up the kill on the tower. Glitterlance comes out, making sure that they can't chase. I think they may just decide to continue pushing.
Yeah. Nijaki there just really knew what was coming. He knew that Zyra passive was up. He actually shumpoed to a minion and then flashed at like an oblique angle, just saying like, you know, I gotta get away from this, because he was definitely gonna go down. If you take a look at the damage that passive does right now, if I can click on Zyra, where are you? 499 true damage at level 16. That is absurd. And with Nijaki surviving at like 200, I mean, it wasn't even gonna be close. So. Good job there by Nijaki to not take any chances, just to use that 255-second cooldown flash and make it out of there A-OK.
So right now, Voidboy, he is 4-2, and right now we were talking about the importance of Draven on FeaR right now. If Jax gets fed, he is going to be able to dive into FeaR and not worry about the sort of damage that FeaR is doing, because he's going to be able to take out Afromu way too quickly.
And Nijaki's just doing a great job of exploiting the mobility innate in Katarina's kit. You can see, you know, Zyra's entirely skill shot based. Well, not necessarily skill shot, but nothing there in that kit is targeted. So as every time she casts a spell, Nijaki just goes ahead and shumpos to a minion and gets out of there safe. You can see Nijaki's at an XP disadvantage. That's interesting, despite being up. I was going to say you can see Mandatory Cloud's ahead just based off the fact that Nijaki was level 15 and ManCloud was already at 16, for quite a while. Actually was level 16 when she died up there in that top lane gank earlier. But no, it looks like things are actually slightly in favor of Nijaki. Not only CS, but also kills. And arguably item build too. Got that 70 Magic Pen build. I guess to maybe counteract some of that Magic Pen that Mandatory Cloud has picked up through the Athene's Unholy Grail. Anyway, 1,500 gold stacking up in favor of Curse Gaming. Oh man, but the third dragon in a row, I think, going over in favor of FeaR. Ooh, unless St. Vicious can get the steal. No, it's not going to be enough. Shen's around. Voidboy's teleport is up. And there's the Shen ulti hitting Lee Sin.
Sorry, my mic was muted.
No worries.
Now Nijaki getting completely bursted down. She's going to be forced to back out of there. However, the ultimate from Alpha allowing him to pick up the kill. And now Crowstorm coming in from Muffin Cutie. Curse Cop able to pick up
really
the kill on X-Smithy and right in the middle of the cast. Of the fight.
Alright, call it right now based on what's on your screen. What's going on in this team fight? Because
well, right now, Cop has burnt his cleanse, but right now, Muffin Cutie getting chased off down up in the top.
That's so unfortunate,
is about to jump onto Cop. Cop is going to be in a world of hurt right now since that cleanse has been burnt. If Aframu decides to use that stand aside, it is ready. Cop is going to be in a lot of trouble. So Cop might get dropped down even though Muffin Cutie is going to fall. I'd say that would be a pretty good trade in this team fight right now. Plus Zuna going to be able to lock up Elements, Cop, and Voyboy.
Have you ever tried alt-tabbing when the spectator mode pauses?
No, I have not.
It doesn't work. I'm getting messages from the admins and I can't see what's going on. I'm just hoping that it's not a message about the reason of this pause, as I think Curse was having internet problems earlier. Oh, nope, there we go. Game's going to be unpaused. Make sure you sync up to live, by the way. Whoa, yep. Hello.
And yep, there's Alphamu jumping onto Cop. Cop is going to be able to get out of there. Wow, things are moving really fast. Voyboy running. This is so funny. What is going on?
I'm sorry, my mouse is...
There we go.
There we go.
Alright, we're all the way back up to live, and it looks like Aframu wasn't quite able to pick up the kill on Cop. Instead, they are just going to go ahead and push this down. Elements and Voyboy. Voyboy's right around the corner to try and stop it. Is FeaR going to continue pushing in?
Can we back up? Sorry. Can we back up and watch that fight? The alt-tabbing sort of screwed with my mouse for a little bit, so I actually missed the tail end of that fight. And I was a little bit surprised to see Curse lose it so sort of, decisively. They lost X-Smithy, they lost Muffin Cutie, so I guess it was a 2-for-2. But because Mandatory Cloud had that connection issue, she didn't actually get the ulti off. She didn't get the Stranglethorns down in that fight. So I'm surprised that it went a 2-for-2. I thought it was going to be more in favor of Curse. But I guess it's not the end of the world. Sorry about that, guys. Alt-tabbing in and out in the middle of a spectator pause. Don't try it, kids. Don't try this at home, as your client will go bonkers. As alt, looking for that sneaky little Cop steal on the blue buff, but alas, they had actually just started it. Mandatory Cloud going to go ahead and safely take that.
Ooh, Shadow Dash on Zuna missing. That's going to be down as Cop, St. Vicious, and Nijaki push this middle tower down. They could probably just throw out auto attacks. Too afraid of that FeaR coming out from Muffin Cutie, though. This could be huge if they get it. Snare misses from Mandatory Cloud as well, but he does have blue buff. Not going to be suffering at all for that. Aframu just around the corner going to back. Voyboy stealing the red buff from FeaR.
Nicely done.
That's going to really help there. That's really going to help them out. It's going to keep the red buff off of Aframu. Aframu actually sending the Whirling Death down the lane. If it lands on an important target, they might initiate. No, they are not going to. FeaR is afraid right now. they are very afraid of a dive. Muffin Cutie, Nijaki taking a lot of burst damage. There's the Stranglethorns coming out. She has been feared, and there's the Crowstorm in from Muffin Cutie, not doing a whole lot of damage at the moment. Surprise party, not as surprising as maybe he hoped. That's Shirelia's from St. Vicious to try and get away from X-Smithy, and in the end, that's only going to be Nijaki falling. The lockdown from Muffin Cutie just lasted way too long.
They played that so well. Sorry, I am now synced up to live. They played that so well. I mean, it was pretty much like textbook CC stacking on top of Night Jackie. Doesn't have the Merc Treads, of course, means that
Boy getting chased down by Aframu. The Muffin Cutie is over the wall, and he was going to fear him the moment he leaped over. Fails the flash, but Xmithy is going to continue chasing. In the end, it is the bleed from Aframu that picks up the kill.
Yeah, Boy nearly getting away there. You know, based off of that fail flash, but from Aframu, but thankfully Xmithy, quick thinking. This is, I mean, it really shows that FeaR is on sort of top form. Nice little move from Xmithy there. Top form, despite the fact, you know, a mechanical play here and there. Oh wow, Aframu actually going quite aggressive. But
just doesn't care. Xmithy is right there. No, they're not going to engage on it.
But what happened there was, after that fail flash from Aframu, Muffin Cutie turned around, went back to the wall, allowing Xmithy to use the safeguard to get back over. Really just shows that these guys, you know, of course, they've been through 2 or 3 different organizations and sort of sponsors and things like that. But, I mean, the roster's pretty much stayed the same for a long time now. They're really comfortable together, and they have very good synergy. So, good to see them on top form. They are down in kills. They are, however, up in turrets and dragons, meaning that they are still about 200 gold in the lead. And in a way, I'm a bit surprised that they're not really making any plays here, as Voyboy's teleport will be down for another minute, 50 seconds, whereas the Shen ulti's up. And I mean, if Voyboy wants to go ahead and push that top lane, you know, they should know that that teleport isn't up yet, and they should be able to go ahead and say, all right, we're going to use that Shen ult, we're going to get the Crow Storm down, we're going to, you know, dive a turret or something like that, some form of big play that's going to maybe set up a Baron. Xmithy getting caught out.
And Xmithy, yep, Xmithy going to get slowed by that Triforce. Both of them slowing each other so much, but a nice resonating strike over to the minions. Going to help Xmithy out a little bit, and here is Zuna to help defend him. Boyboy going to be forced to back off right now. He does have teleport ready, and the pause comes out
my mouse
for one reason or another. Oh, Mandatory Cloud. Oh no.
Is it Man Cloud again?
Yep, Mandatory Cloud is having a lot of trouble. Up, Cop saying the DDoS are in our favor now.
That's funny. Of course, I think it was game 1 where Curse 5-man disconnected. Turned out it wasn't a DDoS. Turned out it was just a, I think probably someone tripped over an internet cable or something like that, or just, you know, general internet issues. Thank God. But yeah. Unfortunately, the same thing happens to Mandatory Cloud here in Game 2. Do you know if they're not in a gaming house, right? I don't think they are.
Curse?
Curse, yeah.
Curse? No, they are. I believe they are. Oh, right now, though, no time to discuss that. Boyboy and Xmithy having a duel up in the top lane. Boyboy had the better in that fight, but Zuna is still there. Boyboy is slowly but steadily chipping Xmithy down. Chat, if you know if Curse is currently in a gaming house, I cannot recall. To my memory, they were. But my memory may indeed be faulty. In the meantime, top lane, Boyboy engaging in on them. St. Vicious is here as well. Not going to engage. So Zuna and Xmithy got a little bit wary about the sudden engagement from Boyboy.
Yeah. That axe there, he threw it to the left, I think, anticipating that Zuna and Xmithy were going to go ahead and chase down Voyboy, but they said, wait a second, Voyboy's strong, but he's not going to be able to 2v1 us here, and they wisely said, let's get out of here. So, and by the way, big props to Voyboy, too. You know, still somewhat fresh on this team, and I mean, he's really showing that he can take control. This is the sort of level of aggressive play. We've seen 2 games in a row where St. Vicious kind of puts a little bit of early pressure down, you know, very early on, say before the 10-minute mark, and then from that point on, it's just all Voyboy, able to really bully his lane opponent with those aggressive picks like a Jax. This could be the first.
Oh, there's Resonating Strike onto St. Vicious. Not really the target they want, though. It's going to be forced to back off for a little bit.
Cop doesn't have that Ezreal ulti up. It's not the most important thing in the world, and of course the cooldown will be reset by those Qs he's able to throw out in about 30 seconds.
So Dragon has spawned. Things going for the dance right now. FeaR. Oh wow, Curse just completely melting it before FeaR could do anything. I don't know if they're still aware that it is down, but Curse wants to fight this. So, the Sonic Wave lands onto St. Vicious, but not. They don't really want to.
A lot of damage.
Wow, St. Vicious taking a whole lot of damage there. Dropped to below half. Forced to use Australia's Reverie and the ultimate. There's the resonating strike onto him so far, but now Smithy is completely cut out. Wow, that resonating strike just went on forever and ever. And the moment that Smithy came out of that dash, he was just like, no, 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 no.
Pulling a Shiloh buff there, yeah. Good stuff from Voyboy too. From St. Vicious. Usually you see Ghost picked up on Olaf, but you see St. Vicious really making the most out of that flash by flashing so far away that Smithy just had absolutely no way to get out of that. You know, maybe with a little bit more initiative from Mandatory Cloud, from Ghost Uzuna, from Muffin Cutie to kind of get in there with those ultis, maybe, you know, flash to compensate. I think they could have won that team fight as St. Vicious was incredibly low, but still, you know, great play all around from Curse, and they're showing that even though it's actually down in gold, they're totally comfortable to go ahead and make those plays happen.
Yeah, that was sort of a fluke play, I think. That was
yeah.
just St. Vicious saying, "Hey, by the way, I'm a race car now." No,
that was all planned. You got to give Saint credit. All planned. Definitely
planned from the very start.
Yeah. Now, it is one of the weaknesses of characters like a Lee Sin or a Maokai where they have a gap closer that will follow you. You know, you kind of sit around mid lane with 200 health and say, oh, sure would hate to get jungle ganked right now. The second that Lee Sin comes around, you flash into your turret, throw down a little bit of CC and ignite, pick yourself up a nice first blood. And I think Saint is experienced enough to know exactly the sort of, you know, sort of situations in which that would really work out in his favor. You can see Afro move. That's a lot of damage for one ESL.
Yeah, but he does have Bloodthirster. He's just going to have to auto-attack a couple of creeps to get all that back. I don't think Mandatory Cloud is actually going to allow him to. But no, here are the auto-attacks. Wow, that is the sort of lifesteal that he has right now, and that's what you need if you're going to be playing a Draven up in the face of the enemy team, especially fighting the sort of anti-carry that Jax is. Curse going to go ahead and push this middle tower, no problem. Not too much response from FeaR. Not really able to do much right now. There's the ward.
Shen'el is down for another 10 seconds.
Yes, indeed it is. He's all the way down there. If Curse decides to engage, that'd be really strong, but no, they're not going to engage right now.
Shen'el's up.
If Shen'el is ready, he could teleport in, but he's just going to continue pushing this bottom lane. Shirelia's out from St. Vicious. They see that Zuna is all the way in the bot lane. They don't want to allow him to continue to push, and so they're all going to back and try and push that back. So
this could actually be a Baron here.
Baron control, yeah. FeaR is moving as though they want to try and take it. They ward it up. They see that nobody is there.
And they just didn't have the wards.
Actually going to go for it.
They didn't have the wards. Maybe if they had one around. Of course, you know, St. Vicious does have that Oracle, so they are clearing it out quite nicely. But if they had wards and they saw them back off that top turret and then not show up, say, in a Tri-Brush ward, they would have known all 4 people are back. We have the damage. We have this very fed Afro move with IE, PD, and a fully stacked Bloodthirster. And of course the Shen'el, you know, I think they had gone down bot, Curse had gone down bot to kind of stop that push. That would have been a great time to do that Baron. As they say though, wards win games, and that's exactly why.
Yeah, ooh, Sonic Wave gonna land on St. Vicious. That was pretty lucky actually. Pretty nice catch out. Ooh, Elements gonna waste another ward in the face of Smithy, even without an Oracles, able to pick that one up. That actually is pretty important, though. Elements has 7 wards on him right now. He has plenty to spare. St. Vicious getting engaged on right now. There is the FeaR as well, but that's not really the target you want to go for still. St. Vicious getting chunked down pretty darn hard right off the bat before a fight even starts.
But his reaction was good. He didn't use his Shirelias. He didn't use his flash. Wow, that damage on the Elements. Almost half health. By the way, are you caught up to live?
No, I am not. Now I am.
There we go. I had an inkling. There we go.
Alfred clearing out that wave so very quickly. This whole time, though, Voyboy has been pushing down in the bot lane. FeaR really wants to try to get an engagement on this, but Curse is playing this pretty safely.
See what's going on down bot lane, because I have a feeling if we watch it, we'll see Voyboy with that. Actually, he's not really as high damage as he would expect to be. ESL's just going to stop that push up top. But he's gone for the Trinity Force into a Randuin, so he has no GA, he has no Gunblade, so he's not actually going to be dealing as much damage to Shen as I would have expected. But wow, if you look at Shen's build, you see Aegis and a Sunfire. not going to be as tanky as I expected. So Voyboy's doing a little bit less damage than I had thought, but also on the flip side, Shen isn't as tanky. He doesn't have that, for instance, Randuin's Omen quite yet. Does have that double GP5 still. Cages as well as a Heart of Gold. Looks like he's maybe going to go either Trinity Force there or a Frozen Mallet.
So there's something I really want to point out right now that I just thought of. Voyboy has Teleport, Zuna has Stand United. So you think about it, if one of them wants to teleport into the fight, it's like, okay, whatever, I'll just teleport in. But if they actually, whoever decides to try to teleport in first, the other one is going to be able to interrupt it. Oh, but here is Mandatory Cloud flashing in with the Stranglethorns. Voyboy's certainly going to get dropped. Mandatory Cloud picking up a quick kill there, and that may be enough for them to Baron. But Cop and St. Vicious have already started it. It's below half health. I don't think FeaR can actually get there in time. Curse may pick up Baron at the expense of Voyboy, but entirely worth it. What a sneaky Baron.
Saint probably has the best understanding of like just Baron in and of itself. Like, how much health does it have? How much damage is it gonna do? How much lifesteal do I need? When he was on CLG, now that he's on Curse, it doesn't matter. Saint is always seemingly the one who makes these two-man Baron calls, and they always seem to work in his favor. We've seen him do it with Olaf and Jax, Shen and Jax, Shen and Olaf, and I believe that that's all St. Vicious there. So great call there from Curse Gaming, though. Even though they, Voyboy, I think probably would have liked to make it out of that alive, but at any rate, they knew, okay, guys, the AP carries down bot lane. We're gonna be able to take this down. We have the Oracles. They don't have any vision. Sneak it in as their focus is down bot. So good stuff. Good stuff there from Curse.
Yeah, Voyboy can be the only one without Baron when they decide to fight, but honestly, he is far enough ahead that he doesn't really need it. He's leading Shen. It's just by 20 farm. At this point in the game, it doesn't really matter, but he is 5-4-6. Shen is 1-4-3.
Yeah.
Oh, St. Vicious getting caught out a little bit again, but as we've seen, it doesn't really work out for FeaR. There's the kick in. Pops Ragnarok and Trelius to try to get out.
Is he going to follow up the Q?
Nothing really happens from that, though. Xmithy tracing greater than or less than signs, depending on how you want to look at it, on the ground with his body.
Yeah.
Strategy right there. Xmithy did get chunked down pretty hard. St. Vicious, though, was forced to burn Ragnarok and Shrelia's Reverie. So if they decide to fight, those will not be up for the next approximately 50 seconds. In the meantime, Voyboy has been spotted down in the bot lane. Zuna is here to stop him again, and neither of them is going to be available for the fight because neither one can teleport in without getting stopped by the other. And in fact, they are just going to be going for a straight-up duel. Zuna getting the better of Voyboy on this one, but here is Aphromoo to turn it around, and the damage is massive. Leap strikes over to Minion to try to get away, and they are not going to be able to continue chasing. In the meantime, mid lane, Xmithy gets caught out, and now that is going to leave Elements, Cop, St. Vicious, and Nyjackie to push down this mid. No, instead they are going to go into the bot lane, try to pick up Aphromoo. No, he's backed off to the turret just a little bit too quickly. However, Zuna, he's recalling. He's going to be okay, but Curse really wants this bottom tower. Poking down on a Mandatory Cloud. Wow, that Triforce on Cop really doing dividends with those Qs. And wow, the shield goes out. They may just be able to walk out to it and take it. They probably could at this point. St. Vicious is fairly tanky. There's the Undertow to clear more minions out. Aphromoo going to try to lay down as much damage as possible. Curse a little bit tentative going in there. That's just because they want to lay down some nice poke damage on Aphromoo Mandatory Cloud. Aphromoo going to heal that back up. Mandatory Cloud not going to be able to heal that back up. And actually, he is backing off. He is at half health and he is recalling. This may be the chance that Curse needs to take down this mid tower. They don't know she's recalling quite yet, but because FeaR is backing off, they realize something's up and they're just like, okay, let's go ahead and take it. Are they going to continue pushing this down? Voyboy is in the mid lane, pushing this mid tower very, very hard. Cop, St. Vicious, Nyjackie, and Elements are all still in the bot lane though, waiting for the creep wave, but nope. They are going to decide to back off of this one. Voyboy shifting up into the top lane now. He is just trying to distract all of them. Keep these lanes pushing so that FeaR can't counter push.
Yeah. And with Voyboy up in that top lane, of course, it worked out quite nice. Oh, nice taunt.
Yep, taunt goes down. Vicious, not getting dropped too quickly though. St. Vicious honestly is just such a tanky beast. He doesn't care about anything. The health regen from Shrelia is going to help him out quite a bit alongside Baron. Baron is about to time out though. And so FeaR is going to wait just a little bit longer if they decide to engage on this. X-Smithy lands the Sonic Wave onto St. Vicious, not going to Resonating Strike into that. Probably a wise decision.
FeaR's coming up.
Last time he Resonating Striked in.
Ulti down on the St. Vicious.
Yep, St. Vicious going to be forced away, down to half health again. Ragnarok and Shrelius are just never available for him unless he gets caught out. Poor guy. But now Curse going to continue pushing this mid lane. They have no fear. Voyboy the whole time pushing in top, but they see Voyboy is top. FeaR might want to try to engage this Aphromoo chasing in. He doesn't really have any way to slow them though. And so Curse going to finally back off. Going to go and buy most likely Phage proc on Aphromoo. Doesn't really matter that much. Aphromoo does have his Guardian Angel right now. It's going to be really hard to take him down if they try to engage it. Voyboy, we've seen he already has trouble trying to go straight up against Aphromoo though.
Yeah. And taking a look at the itemization, I think we're going to see a big bump up in power once Voyboy gets his Guardian Angel. But actually, if you look at it, looks like he's going to go try and build that Gunblade before starting that Guardian Angel, which is interesting because we could see, you know, Aphromoo showed up down bot lane and he just kind of got bursted almost in a 2v1, and Jax is sort of one of the best duelists in the game. Really not what you want to see. With that Guardian Angel, of course, he'll be a little bit tankier, which will in turn kind of increase the power of his sustain.
Oh wow, Mandatory Cloud getting chunked down by Voyboy. He's gonna have to back off again really quickly.
Force his flash too.
Yep, Flash is going to be down for Mandatory Cloud for the next fight. Baron is going to be spawning in just a couple of minutes, and I think that's what Curse is doing, is they're just pushing lanes and waiting for Baron so they can try to bait a fight.
Yeah. 44:09 on that Baron timer means we're about 1 minute and 9 seconds away. Shen is going to go ahead and push that top lane, but it's sort of interesting. Shen, you know, you want him pushing down in the bot lane so that you can send the rest of your team up near Baron. You don't want to split push top as Shen when Baron's on the, you know, at least maybe it's not on the board yet, but it's soon to be. They see Go Suzuna here. Taunts away to dodge the axe. Nicely done there.
No, right now Zuna is decently safe. He can wander around. He's incredibly tough. He actually has his Triforce now, along with Sunfire Cape, Aegis of the Legion, and Aranduin's Omen. He is not afraid at all about getting engaged on. I don't think Curse really wants to try to do anything. Voyboy, again, split pushing. That teleport is down, though. Even though that's not up, he still wants to split push.
It's in his blood.
Dedication to your craft.
As a former CLG member, it's in his blood by this point. They've brainwashed Voyboy, and now 90% of what he does is split pushing.
And apparently Solo Dragon.
There we go. There we go. How much gold does everyone have in their pocket at the moment? Let's see. Oh, they actually only less than 1,000 gold on Voyboy. Not even enough to pick up that.
Ooh, Baron has been started, and it is just melting. There's the ward out. St. Vicious again going to get poked down. That poor guy just can't catch a break. There's Stranglethorns in, though. Katarina picks up the Baron, so it is still in Curse's hands, but there's the Crow Storm over from Muffin Cutie. Not really going to do anything. Ultimate from Cop whiffing as well, and that is going to be the sort of engagement that, honestly, Curse kind of wants right now, because they were very low from that really excellent Stranglethorns that came out from Mandatory Cloud.
And Shen ult down. Yeah.
Even though they have Baron, yeah, Shen ult was burnt during that. FeaR, they made a move to push down mid, and they're like, wait a minute.
They're so weak right now. Shen ult's down, Fiddlestick's ult is down, Draven ult's down. That's not the end of the world, but also that Zyra ulti is down. Pretty much they only have the Lee Sin kick, and if they decided to go ahead and push through that mid lane, they'd be fighting, you know, Katarina's ulti, Voyboy's sustained damage, and then maybe even most frightening of all is that Lulu ulti. That hits either Olaf or Jax, pops them up, adds some CC into the middle of your team. It's a recipe for disaster. So, good call there from FeaR to back off, as Curse are definitely in the driver's seat right now. They're not only up in 5,000 gold, they have Baron. The lanes are sort of, you know, going to start pushing in their favor if they can pick up an inhib. And we're 45 minutes in here. I wouldn't be surprised if Curse could actually finish this game before the Baron ends. Which is, I mean, a lot of the time you see this sort of back and forth play, and then the second either team gets Baron, they just hit that go button and start, you know, the game-ending push. So so that remains to be seen. Cop, of course, has his GA.
Curse right now, yeah, Cop has his GA, Aphromoo has his GA, and Curse is still very content to play this slowly. They see that Mandatory Cloud has a Guardian Angel as well. They don't want to dive in on that. There's the snare on Nijaki, and he just gets blown up. And now Voyboy in a fair bit of trouble as well. He is going to fall very quickly. St. Vicious running for his life. Here's the Crow Storm, and not really doing a whole lot of damage, though. It is late game. Fiddlesticks. Here comes the Shirelia's Reverie to try to catch Elements. There's a nice Resonating Strike onto Coffin. He's going to flash away. Xmithy getting kited now. St. Vicious not going to be able to do anything against him there, though. Afro was able to kill Elements. The chase was good. Now FeaR, even with Curse having Baron, they push this down, and I think they want to finish this.
They can end it,
I think. Are the only ones alive on Curse. Cobb is going to try to poke them out, but the moment he steps too close, he is going to get feared by Muffin Cutie. Here goes the first inhibitor. Are they going to go for a game finisher? It's 35 seconds on Voyboy, 30 on Nijaki. They are going to shift down to the bot lane and take that inner turret. St. Vicious just going to try and clear this out alongside Cop. 20 seconds on Nijaki. Inner turret falls. FeaR is still pushing down on this tower. Zuna's going to tank this. There's the ultimate from Cop to try and push them away, and is St. Vicious going to try to engage? No, Aframu is now getting very aggressive on the Cop, and now the tower is going to fall. There is no more FeaR. Inhibitor is going to go down. 3 seconds on Nijaki. Inhibitor falls, and now FeaR going to back off. Happy with those 2 inhibitors. What a play from FeaR.
If you don't mind, I'd actually like to go back to see that fight that actually kind of turned things in favor of FeaR there.
Go right ahead.
The credit actually really is, it belongs to Muffin Cutie. We saw it earlier on at near sort of the mid game. Where are we here? Where Muffin Cutie realized that that Nijaki doesn't have Merctrez and doesn't have any anti-CC. So look, there's a nice stand aside from Aframu, putting a little bit of damage down, but then Muffin Cutie gets the silence down, I think. No, the silence didn't land, but he gets in and pops that FeaR. Oh no, sorry, I'm right before the moment where that happens, but pretty much what happened is that Nijaki just got blown up, and you can see 189 armor, 140 MR, and all it took was one Muffin Cutie Fiddlesticks FeaR on top of Nijaki. There it is, the stand aside. A lot of damage goes down. The Shen taunt, even through the Lulu ult, they were able to nuke down that Nijaki. And, I mean, the rest of the fight was just so one-sided in their favor. Shen not even forced to pop ult. So I'm going to go ahead, jump back to live here. Hope I didn't miss anything really important. It did seem like everyone was sort of backing off. Did the world end?
Everyone was backing off. Nothing really big happened. Cop going to throw out the True Shot Barrage, trying to stop the blue steal, but not really going to be able to do much there. FeaR has their eyes on this top tower. If this inner tower falls, it is going to shove Curse very deep into their base, and it is dropping so fast. Aframu is just such a beast. There it goes. Mandatory Cloud throws out the snare, not really going to land on anyone. And now Muffin Cutie out ahead, going to be looking for a FeaR, looking to pick someone off. And look at this! Voyboy is bot lane. He wants to turn this into a base race. He thinks that Curse can win this off of a base race, I think. Teleport is up in case things get dicey. And Shen, as usual, Zuna being forced back to try and fight it. Neither of them are going to be able to teleport into the fight once it does happen. And I think that's how FeaR wants it. There is the ultimate from Aframu. Going to throw down a little bit of harass damage. Mandatory Cloud looking for a snare. There's the undertow, and Xmithy jumping onto the Cop, but backs off immediately. Muffin Cutie taking a lot of harass damage. So is Xmithy. There's a snare onto Elements. He gets feared, but that's not the target they want. He is going to fall. The nice ultimate from Elements going to stop the resonating strike from Xmithy, but this inhibitor will fall. Cop putting down a lot of poke damage onto FeaR. There's a snare on Nijaki. Are they going to be able to continue chasing? Guardian Angel is not popped. He flash away now. St. Vicious looking to find someone, but he drops. And there is the ultimate coming out from Nijaki to try and finish someone off. Guardian Angel being popped on Nijaki, and Zuna ults in to try and save someone. I think, yes, he was indeed able to pick someone up, and now Cops.
Oh, the lifesteal off of Elements!
Aframu finally gets his GA popped. Zuna picking up the kill on Cop. Here's Voyboy to help turn this around. Random zone.
Nice move.
Zuna getting chunked down by Voyboy. Zuna's damage is massive, though. Who's going to win? It's going to be so close.
There's the
taunt, though! Oh my gosh, wow. Zuna barely able to win the duel.
3.5k health, and the passive health off of the Key Strike plus Vorpal Blade combo, just so much burst damage and so much health. That was down to the wire. I called it. I said I said Jax was gonna win that exchange, and I was completely off. Great job from Ghost of Zuna. That Triforce plus Wits End build the Rando and Zoman really very strong at debuffing Jax's attack speed, which is 90% of the damage he's done is based off of those auto attacks. And it looks like Gozuna is gonna go ahead and try to win the game. Saintfish is up. He's up now. Gozuna maybe gonna get trapped out here in these minions.
Yep, St. Vicious does land the
That is going to be GG.
strike, but the minions are going to finish this off.
Wow.
St. Vicious not beefy enough to finish off Zuna, and that is going to be FeaR.
Oh! Boy, you didn't use your gunblade!
Oh no!